Good morning, everyone. It's an amazing Calgary day today. The sun is shining. Life is awesome. Listen, just going to share some information that I hope is of value to you. It's going to be pretty real today. I'm going to get a little ranty, probably even a little bit upset, but I'm really passionate about this, and it's seriously time for people to stop and take their blinders off and open their eyes. I got sent something from a brand partner or member of our team last night, a website that one of their friends and family had shared with them. And I understand you're trying to protect your friends and family. You know, I get that. But before you do that, before you bring out the network marketing hate, these websites that are out there that are basically network marketing hating websites, they disguise themselves in some sort of truth, blog website designed to drive traffic and protect people. Ooh. I went and researched a bunch of them last night. And here's one of the things they always say. If these things were so great, why do 90% of the people in them lose money? Why do less than 80% of the people in network marketing companies don't make a living wage, like this was a big job or something, right? And that's what they tout all the time. Why are all these people at the top of the company making all this money, and blah blah blah, and everybody else is making not enough money? Because you look at disclosure statements, that's how that works. And truthfully, people, honestly, you have got to think a little bit. Look around. So I did some really casual research last night. Did you know that, depending on whose stats you look at, about 80% of realtors don't make any money and are washed out in 2 years? How many real estate scams are there every single year? How many you have to buy mortgage insurance to protect you from mortgage fraud. Think about that for a minute. You never hear anybody say, "Oh, real estate, realtors, that's a scam. Those are rip-offs. Nobody ever makes any money in there." The other statistic's interesting in real estate is that about 40% of the commissions paid out, 40% of all commissions paid out go to 1% of the realtors in the industry. Boy, sounds like a pyramid scam to me. Right? These are stats in the industry. Do you know that around 70% of people who invest in the stock market lose money? True. So you never hear anybody say, "Oh, the stock market, that's a scam, that's a ripoff, you shouldn't do that, you're going to lose your life savings," right? Some people do say that because it's happened to them. I bet you if you add up the amount of people that have lost money in network marketing, and if it's a real network marketing company, by the way, you really don't ever lose any money. You shouldn't be investing cash. You should be buying a product. So worst case scenario, you got a product. If it's a good company, you got it at a value, and there's value in that product, right? So worst case scenario is you have some product that you got at wholesale pricing. That's worst case scenario. What did the people who lost all their life savings in Enron, Bre-X, WorldCom, Nortel, I mean, I can go on and on and on. Those are only 4 big implosions in the financial services sector. And they weren't some weird things. One was telecommunications. One was 2 were telecommunications. One was like natural gas, and one is gold, right? And yet you never hear people say, "Oh, those are scams, those are ripoffs." But boy, I'll tell you what, my uncle's brother's cousin Sam, he lost, a couple $1,000s in a network marketing company. Get real, people. I'm sorry. Between 50 and 70% of all small businesses start this year will not be in operation in 5 years. Between 50 and 70% of all small farms are not profitable. And I could go on and on and on about this, you guys. Between 70 and 80% of people that get into the financial services business wash out in 2 years. Between 50 and 70% of people that get into selling cars, heavy equipment, anything like that, wash out in the first 2 to 3 years. There's a trend here. And listen, this is not exclusive to network marketing. This is the 80-20 principle that applies to darn near everything in the universe. 80% of the results are generated by 20% of the people. period. Full stop. That is applicable in every industry. It's just what it is. The challenge is that, and no offense, guys, please, if you have spent your entire career as an employee, this is a little bit more challenging concept because you haven't seen it from the other side of the fence, right? The employee mentality is I go to work, it doesn't really matter how good a job I do or not do. If I trade my time, if I give you my time, you give me money. That's kind of how that works, right? When you are a results-based compensation, the 80-20 rule applies. And you got to get that. You got to get that about this industry, is that the only way for us to determine who is actually going to be somebody that produces is to expose as many people as possible, support them as well as we possibly can, train them as well as we possibly can, and we can hold people's hands, we can take them right up to the watering trough, and they still won't drink. And that's okay. That's just part of the deal, right? But here's the difference. Because I've been in insurance sales, I've been in financial planning, I've been a salesperson in the equipment rental business for a long time. Nobody holds your hand. You get your real estate license, here you go, here's an office, go get them, Tiger. Run some ads and go knock on some doors, get some listings. You get your life insurance license. By the way, here's an interesting thing. I hear this a lot too. Oh, you know what? Come with my network marketing system and you won't have to talk to your friends and family. When I got my life license, the first thing I did after I passed was I had to make a list of 100 friends and family that I'd contact to offer my services to. Sound familiar? Pretty consistent training. Everybody's got a warm market, and that's the easiest place to start with. So this is not unique to the network marketing industry. This does not make network marketing evil. When you go and get a job to sell cars, the first thing you do is you make a list of your friends and family. The first thing you do if you open a business is you're going to make a list of potential prospects you're going to invite to your open house, your grand opening. This is just normal business, you guys, okay? And the fact that people wash out of this industry is just the way it is in every industry, every business. This happens to every industry. So please do not take your big brush and try to paint the network marketing industry as being some sort of evil scheme. It's not. To me, what's a more evil scheme, or just as bad as the bad companies in network marketing, are the people that come through selling real estate investment courses that you can spend $5,000 to $40,000 on. They know, just like anybody else knows, is that if you have 10 of people that do that, only 2 of them are ever going to sell and do a deal. It's just what it is, right? Brokers, if you're selling stocks, you know people are going to lose money. And in some cases, people are going to lose their life savings. Their entire retirement is going to be destroyed. Or you can look at network marketing, where usually you're going to have an investment of less than $1,000. You're going to get product in exchange for that you can either use yourself or sell if you decide you don't want to continue. You're going to have somebody who grabs you by the arm and says, listen, let me show you how to do this. Let me show you the way this works, right? That does not happen in most industries. The education you're going to get from a good network marketing company is going to serve you in many different parts of your lives. And by the way, so I'm going to do one little plug for the company that I work with. If you're looking at a network marketing, there are some bad companies out there. There are some bad business models in the network marketing industry that are really being clamped down on right now. If you don't generate real customers, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. The FTC is not happy with you right now. The company that I work with, we generate between 70 and 90% of our monthly revenue comes from, just orders. And 70% usually-ish is revenue that comes from people who are not distributors, not part of the compensation plan. These are just legitimate customers who like the products that we have and want to buy them and feel they're fairly priced. There's no commission check attached to that, okay? That's a healthy company, and if you look at any of the top companies in the industry today, any of the real top producers, most of them work under this type of business model where they create long-term customers on the back end. And that means that anybody can make money here regardless of where you start. There's a lot of people that started before Vanessa and I did in this business. They technically would be above us, and they're gone. They're not making as much money as we are. So does it really matter where you start? This is not a situation where you have to be at the top to make money. You just have to produce. It's pretty simple, right? So anyway, my message and my rant today, this is 10 minutes already, is that, you know what, do your homework. But realize that the 80-20 principle applies to every single industry on the planet. And if you're somebody who's sending all of these websites to your friends that are trying to be involved in network marketing, stop it. Unless you're going to send the same websites and the same information to your friends that are selling real estate, that are doing financial planning, that are selling cars, that are trying to start a small business, unless you're going to send it to all those people as well, stop it. It's just not right. Don't you dare try to crush somebody else's dreams because you're not willing to go out and pursue yours, right? And if you are willing to pursue yours in a different way and just don't like this model, that's fine. Keep it to yourself. No problem. No problem, okay? With that, guys, if you're in the network marketing industry, I really respect you and care for you. I know there's a negative stigma out there that we have to fight, but we need to combat it with facts and by doing things the right way with character and integrity. Just keep doing that, you guys, and you're going to be able to create something for yourself, whether it's $100 a month extra residual money, or whether it's $1,000 a month, $10,000, whatever you want to do, you can do that. So if you want to read my blog about this, because I'm going to actually write a blog, I'm that fired up about it, just go to www.atrua.com. The link will be in the comment section here under the YouTube link. So appreciate you guys taking 11 minutes and 43 seconds to listen to me rant today, but I think it was a message that needed to be said. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.